Welcome in. The heat is taking a toll on roads and rails all across the Wasatch Front. Thanks for joining us for 2 News at 5. I'm Brian Schnee.
And I'm Jamie McGriff. Our Brian Wills spoke with transportation officials about the impact of the extreme temperatures and what they're doing to keep things running safely. Brian, what did you find?
Brian and Jamie, not only does this heat make it miserable to wait out here for a train, it also affects the very rails and roads we use every day, something officials are keeping an eye on.
Planes, trains, and automobiles all feel the effects of the record heat. The less dense air can make it more difficult for planes to take off. Steel railroad tracks expand, and the heat also buckles concrete roads.
When we have these kind of temperatures, we expect it to happen.
Mitch Shaw with the Utah Department of Transportation says it's nearly impossible to predict when a road will buckle.
We had at least 3 that I know of up in the northern region yesterday.
The concrete expands in the heat, but then is not able to contract, which then causes buckling on roads and bridges.
One of the things that we do to kind of mitigate this is we've started to put like a base layer of asphalt underneath the concrete.
Steel tracks also expand in the heat, which is a bigger problem for freight trains. Union Pacific told me they have begun painting their tracks white in high heat areas, which has reduced the track temperature by 20 degrees. They also issue heat orders on sections of track that are too hot.
Our system is above ground, right? It's not a tunnel, it's not a subway, it's above ground, it is exposed. And on nice cool spring days or cool fall days, that's fantastic. During the winter months or during the heat of the summer, it can be tough out there.
The tough summer heat can affect these trains. Gavin Gustafson with UTA says the biggest issue came more than a decade ago when the overhead electric that powers the trains couldn't handle the heat. But those systems have since been replaced.
Going into the heat of summer and now record heat, how does that affect, you guys and tracks in general?
We had some asphalt buckle under the rails on Saturday over the weekend. That was on the Green Line at Redwood Road. We were able to simply route the trains around that problem onto a single track. There were some minor delays.
As the mercury rises, so do the challenges. But there is hope.
There's always new technology that develops in the transportation industry, so we'll always kind of look at that.
Now, unlike past years, there's no speed restrictions for these trains, so you'll get to your destination on time. That is, if you can wait in the heat. Jamie and Brian?
All right, Brian, thank you very much. Record heat isn't just making people uncomfortable, it's also putting extra stress on the power grid.
And Rocky Mountain Power says thousands of customers lost electricity as extreme temperatures took a toll on equipment.
Our Natalie Wattis spoke with the utility about how it's working to keep the grid reliable. She joins us live from Rocky Mountain Power in Salt Lake City. Natalie?
Brian, Jamie, Rocky Mountain Power says it wasn't customer demand that caused the outages, but rather stress on the system because of those record high temperatures we were seeing. When it comes to the infrastructure that you had that you mentioned, transformers, fuses, how do you maintain it and protect it from increased and prolonged heat that we're seeing?
Yeah, so one of the things is we do annual maintenance on most of our equipment, and if not, then you fix them. And where none of these had issues leading up to this point, the assumption is that the life cycle is still good on them. You'll continue to use them.
Jonna Whitesides, spokesperson for Rocky Mountain Power, tells me the extreme heat shows them where the weak points are that need to be replaced.
And so that's kind of what we had to do yesterday. I think part of that is continually assessing, what are the conditions that we're in, and then taking those conditions and saying, is the equipment that we have rated for those extreme weather conditions? In most cases, they already are. But again, when you have, I think 3 days of sustained extreme heat, even probably things that are rated for really hot weather could possibly have some issues.
As of this afternoon, there are still thousands without power. Whitesides says crews have been out trying to restore it. Provo Power only saw one outage in the heat wave yesterday. They told us they proactively plan replacements and they only load their equipment to 50 or 60% to stay reliable.
In the event of a failure of equipment, we already have a plan to be able to restore. And we also believe that the equipment doesn't get as stressed as, if you use it all the way to 100%.
Now, Rocky Mountain Power says if people want to save money and reduce the stress on the system, there's a couple of things you can do. First, turn down your AC when you're not at home, close your blinds and drapes to keep the heat out, and wait to use your larger appliances like your dishwashers, your laundry machines until either the early morning hours or late at night. Reporting live, Natalie Wattis, KUTV 2 News.